Hi, everyone, and welcome to Kids Storytime. I'm Rochelle. I'm the Public Programs Manager here at CAM, and it's great to see you all again. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank our FCAM board and staff members and our program sponsor, Panda Express. I hope you're excited. We are really excited to welcome our guest author today, Oliver Chin. Also, a few small reminders before we get started. Today's program is being recorded. And it may be made public in the future. Feel free to keep your video on with parental supervision, and to have the best viewing experience, I recommend watching this event in speaker view. All right, let's get started, and let's welcome Miss Rita from the Chinatown Branch Public Library.
Hi, everyone. Happy Chinese New Year and happy Lunar New Year to everybody who celebrates. Very excited for the Year of the Rabbit, and we're very excited to have Oliver Chin here with us. He is an author from San Francisco who comes down to Los Angeles around this time of year and does a lot of special programs to highlight Chinese New Year. He visits our local libraries, including us. He's going to visit Chinatown Branch Library on February 2nd. So we're really excited to have him. And he's going to be sharing his Year of the Rabbit book with us. So we're very, very grateful to have him. He's always good at sharing his gifts of illustration and writing to the world. And here comes Mr. Oliver Chin. Let's give him a big round of applause at home. Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much, Ms. Rita. I look forward to seeing you in person in a couple of weeks, as well as kids from your local school. Yes. And I'm glad to be participating with CAM once again. We did it last year, and I've come to many lantern festivals in the past. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it this coming one, but it's always a fantastic show, and I definitely recommend you guys to check it out when it comes time for the Lantern Festival. So today, as Miss Rita said, we're going to be reading my book, The Year of the Rabbit. Originally, it came out 12 years ago, but this is the new edition with a bilingual translation in Chinese. So we'll start with a PowerPoint presentation to review some of the themes of the season and some of the animals we've explored before, and then we'll do an acrobat screen share with the actual book layout. So I'll get started here with the slideshow. All right, so this is the heroine for this year, Rosie the rabbit. As you can notice, she has a pretty unique characteristic here, and this is her best friend, the boy Jai. So we're going to wish you guys a happy Year of the Rabbit. Depending on when you see this recording, if not live, the Year of the Rabbit starts this Sunday, January 22nd. So again, as Miss Rita said, I love visiting schools and libraries and cultural institutions like CAM. We'll be doing a lot of that, not just here in San Francisco, but also down in Southern California, since I grew up in Los Angeles myself. So just a little bit of background for me. What got me started were my two kids, Lucas and Eli. They've grown up quite a bit ever since we started. Lucas is now at UC Riverside, and Eli's a senior in high school waiting to go to college. So time marches on, but the animals of the new year are timeless in that regard. And so we're happy to share Rosie's story yet again. So the main mission for us, among other things, is to make characters in our stories who mirror the enthusiasm of youth that we're familiar with, so that kids, as well as adults, can see themselves in the main characters and view their adventures as their own. And definitely people identify with the personality of Rosie the rabbit. So I'll keep going. And let's see. So when Lucas and Eli came into my life, they inspired me to start a new company dedicated to creating new stories for kids and parents and a whole new generation of teachers and librarians. Going forward. And a new series of ours is about cool inventions from Asia. As I mentioned in prior talks, we're expanding the series. We're going to be going to India this coming fall with a new book about the discovery of chess. And we have a new series as well as on the notable contributions of Asian Americans, and we look forward to sharing that with Cam again in a future program. But today we're talking about the New Year. We have characters who love the New Year as well, such as Julie. She learns how to do lion dancing like they do at the Chinatown parade. And so we're going to get out there in many different arenas with different groups as time marches onward to celebrate the New Year. So we wish everyone Gung Hei Fa Choi. I think you guys can recognize what animal this is, and it is 2023's Year of the Rabbit. So we've taken extreme pleasure in creating new stories for each animal, not based upon a folk tale or a myth, but combining the traditional qualities that we're familiar with also how we might view them here in the West, with the famous animals we've grown up being entertained by in popular culture. So we've done all 12, and each story is about that animal growing up, whether it's a boy or a girl, making friends, meeting all the other characters, but having to discover who they are, why they're unique, and what makes them tick. So we have the dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, ox, and this year is the tiger, and the tiger has a couple more days until the tiger yields the floor to the rabbit. So again, we've done all 12 books in sequence. Dominic the dragon, Susie the snake, Hannah the horse, Sydney the sheep, Max the monkey, Ray the rooster, Daniel the dog, Patty the pig, Ralph the rat, Olivia the ox, Teddy the tiger, and now Rosie the rabbit. And we've had the pleasure of sharing the stories with Cam for many years, and we've gotten a great reaction to how this brings these characters to life in 3 dimensions. It makes them relevant to kids of this new generation. So I'm the author. This is Justin Roth. He's the artist. He was an animator for TV and for movies, and he also illustrated the current year's book, The Year of the Tiger. So he did all the drawing, and we look forward to sharing the story with you. So we're going to stop the PowerPoint right now, and we're going to go into the Acrobat file. All right, so for you guys at home, you can see all 12 animals in the story. Just keep your eyes peeled and you'll notice them. And when that animal's particular year comes around, they become the star of the show. So if you're participating at home, you can help me out with some special sound effects. We always think that's a little bit more exciting and makes the story reach out and grab you. So every animal has a different sound. You might imagine the sound for the sheep or the sound for the snake. In this case, Rosie, she likes to hop like bunnies do. And there are points in the story where she hops a lot. And whenever I'm with a live audience, I always have them give me the special effect, boing, boing. So if I count to 3 and I ask you to give me that special effect, boing, boing, feel free to let it out at home. Your friends and family might wonder what you're doing, but don't mind them. Have fun with the story and make it come out 3D in your home. All right, here we go. So these are the 12 characters in this year, and if you were to read a different story, there would be a new cast of characters. So I'll read the introduction. For nearly 5,000 years, the Chinese culture has organized time in cycles of 12 years. This Eastern calendar is based upon the movement of the moon as compared to the Western, which follows the sun, and is symbolized by the zodiac circle. An animal that has unique qualities represents each year. Therefore, if you were born in a particular year, then you share the personality of that animal. Now people worldwide celebrate this 2-week-long festival in the early spring and enjoy the start of another Chinese New Year. And so when Cam holds their festive lantern festival, it's really in honor of that 15-day cycle. All right, here we go. The Year of the Rabbit, Tales from the Chinese Zodiac. A family of rabbits lived underground in a bunch of burrows. Oh, there's Mama and Papa Rabbit. They have a big family. Oh, they're welcoming a new addition. Their newest baby. She had soft hazel-colored fur and Rosie was her name. Oh, does she look a little different from everybody else? News of her appearance quickly spread. Oh no, what are they saying about her? With her big ears, Rosie could hear everything. Mama comforted her. Don't worry, dear. Your ears are a lucky sign and they will come in handy someday. Rosie had many brothers, sisters, and cousins, such as Velvet the Cottontail, Harvey the Hare, and Uncle Remus the Jackrabbit. Oh, right here. Together, they played in the grassy meadow above their home. Oh, look at that green grass. However, Rosie thought the grass might be greener elsewhere. I want new sights to see and plants to taste, she said. Papa Rabbit warned her. He said, Rosie, be careful what you ask for. Other animals might want you for dinner. Oh no. Who out there in the big wide world might want a rabbit for dinner? You gotta be careful. Then one morning, a stranger walked past. Ooh, look at that full belly. He bragged, I found a patch of yummy food nearby. Said Papa. There's no such thing as a free lunch. But Rosie convinced her playmates to go find it. Right. As Rosie hopped after her siblings, you guys at home can give me that rabbit sound. 1, 2, 3. Boing,
Boing,
boing.
boing, boing.
Thank you so much, Miss Rita. Mama called, for Pete's sake, where are you going? Following the traveler's directions, ooh, they came to this picket fence. They looked through and there they saw an incredible sight. Ooh, wow, super cool. On the other side was a beautiful garden full of a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Well, in the distance, do you see this woman and this boy? They're tending the crops. Oh, making sure the coast was clear. The rabbit started to dig beneath the gate. Delicious smells lured those rabbits forward. In the garden, they marveled at rows of basil, bok choy, and Brussels sprouts. Soon Rosie and her pals were rolling in parsley and clover, over and over. Suddenly a call rang out. Hey, stop, you varmints! Tired of having rabbits eat their garden. Oh, the gardeners ran toward them and the startled rabbits scampered back to the fence. Yet Rosie, oh, she couldn't help it. She took another nibble. Nom, 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 nom. Oh no, and she was the last to leave. She dove under the gate. Ooh, ow! But her ears got stuck. Oh, help! She cried. Her friends returned to lend a paw, but whoop, Rosie was tugged backwards. She had been caught. Oh no. Papa, you guys might know what papa means. You got one, the boy laughed. We finally got one. They've been eating all of our vegetables. Hey, this bunny looks kind of funny. Does this bunny look funny to you? The rabbit said, well, hey, my name is Rosie. The woman smiled. Grandma. Jai, that's his name, Jai, after all this running, I have worked up quite an appetite. Oh no, you know what that means. Yet Jai pleaded, oh, Grandma, can I keep her as a pet? Oh, pretty please. Okay, but you take care of her, answered Papa. In the barn, Jai put a bed of hay in this wooden hutch. He gave Rosie some lettuce. Rosie ate it for dinner. Yummy, yummy. And fell asleep after a long day. It's really exciting. Too much excitement for that day. The next morning, curious neighbors came to see Jai's new pet. Were the old tales about rabbits true? Offering some vegetables. Yummy. The sheep wondered, hey, do you rabbits like carrots the best? Rosie tried them. Num num, num num num, num 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 num. I like beets better, replied Rosie. What is she thinking? Another came forward and patted Rosie's paw. Why are you doing that? The pig explained, hey, they say you rub a rabbit's foot for good luck. Stop that giggle, Rosie. That tickles. Then the ox gave Rosie a basket of eggs. Ooh, dozen eggs here. And the horse asked, can you color these eggs so we can play hide and seek? Instead, Rosie brought them to the rooster and said, I think this is your job. Meanwhile, Jai wanted to try the magic trick of pulling a rabbit from a hat. Many times he tapped the hat with a stick and announced, abracadabra. Huh? But Rosie could never hide her ears. Rosie wasn't what they expected at all. You are a funny bunny, concluded Jai. Rosie thought, they were odd too, but she did enjoy new food to eat, friends to meet, and games to play. What kid wouldn't? Indeed, she had grown to like Jai, his neighbors, and the garden, but she did miss her family at home. Later that night, she heard footsteps approaching in the darkness. It was Mama and Papa. Oh, I missed you so much. Mama whispered, hey, we've come to spring you from here. Unlocking the cage door, Papa told her, hop to it, girl. In Rosie's haste, one of her ears brushed against the nose of the sleeping dog. Achoo! Oh no, you shouldn't have done that. Jai woke up and yelled, Rosie? Hey, come back here. A moment later, Papa called, Jai, where are you? But he and the dog had run off already. Oh no, it's past midnight. It's past their bedtime. At last, Rosie and her parents arrived home safely. All right, you guys at home, give me that hopping sound. 1, 2, 3. Boing, boing. Thank you. Jai hollered, now where did that rascal go? Well, this dog couldn't help himself. He said, whoa, whoa. Now he and the dog startled a tiger who was lounging close by. Oh no. Boy, am I hungry, the tiger thought. He crept forward for a closer look and an easy meal. Oh, who do we have here? Noticing the big cat, the dog bolted off. Yip, 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 yip. What's the matter? Jai shouted. Oh no, I think I know what's the matter. It's about time, muttered Papa Rabbit. Those pesky critters finally left. But Rosie heard Jai's cry. Ah. She peeked outside to see Jai running into the woods. Oh no, who could save him? Okay, you guys at home, think of one of your best friends. Would you risk your life to save them? I guess it depends how good a friend they are, huh? Well, Rosie had an idea. Following the sound of the footsteps, she quickly raced down the tunnel. Mama asked, now what are you up to? Don't worry about me, replied Rosie. I can take care of myself. In the forest, the hunter cornered the boar. Just then, Rosie popped out from a nearby hole Help me out, you guys at home, with that jumping sound. 1, 2, 3.
Boing,
Boing,
boing.
boing,
Thank
boing.
you. And she caught the tiger by the tail. Don't try that at home. Super dangerous. Then she picked Jai up. Can you pick up your best friend? And she bounded away. Help me out with that rabbit hopping sound again. 1, 2, 3.
Boing, boing.
Boing, boing, boing.
Thank you so much. Rosie zigged and zagged, but she could not shake the tiger. Oh, what's it gonna take? Finally, oh no, this is it. She leapt over a log. Help me out one last time with that rabbit hopping sound. 1, 2, 3.
Boing, boing,
Thank you
boing.
so much. And she told Jai to lie low. Lie down, Jai. Don't move a muscle. Make yourself so small like a turtle. Thrown off the trail, the cat wondered where that bouncing bunny went. That bunny thinks she can outsmart me. I think I know where she went. Evil laugh. The crouching tiger chuckled as it spotted the hidden rabbit. Dun dun dun. I got you! The beast growled and grabbed Rosie's big ears with his sharp claws. Oh, this is the end. Ouch. Those ears belonged to somebody else. The dragon was steamed that its beauty sleep had been interrupted. So the sorry tiger fled with the angry serpent hot on his heels. We escaped by a hair, sighed Rosie. Their happy families agreed when they found the children soon thereafter. Jai thanked Rosie. Well, zippity-doo-dah, you really are a good luck charm. After saving each other's skins, Jai and Rosie became best buddies. Oh, look, it's her favorite sandwich right there. They traded visits and special favors that faithful friends freely give. Well, you guys remember TV before satellite and cable. You needed one of those things. And Rosie continued to be a little different, just a little different than others expected. Well, Rosie was like a warm and special flower, a lovely special flower that shone with a warm and lovely heart. And everyone around the meadow, they called it an extraordinary year of the rabbit. So give yourselves a big clap at home for helping me out with all those special sound effects. Thank you so much. So as Rosie had discovered, she has these qualities like everyone who's born in the year of the rabbit in these years and in the future. People born in the year of the rabbit are amiable and gentle, known for having fine taste. They are nimble and resourceful too, but they can be wary and sometimes too clever for their own good. Yet rabbits are both fortunate and forgiving, so count yourself lucky to have friends like them. So I'm sure everybody knows someone who's born in the year of the rabbit, and they also now know Rosie. And so I hope everyone enjoyed Rosie's special adventure, which is definitely one apart from all the other 11 of the series. So I'm going to stop the screen share, and we have some time for questions before our arts and crafts activity. If anyone has a question for me about being an author or about the story, feel free to unmute yourselves or type in your question into the chat, and one of the CAM helpers will relay your question to me. If nobody has a question, which, you know, you may not have a question, we can do an arts and crafts activity. So I'll wait for the CAM coordinators to give me the heads up about what to do next.
If anyone has a question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat box and we'll read it off for you. We'll give a minute. Otherwise, we can jump into the drawing activity.
Okay, well, I do see one question. Thanks, Kara. Her question is, how long did it take to write all 12 books? Well, since we didn't want to skip a year and take a break, which would have looked bad, we wanted to do them all in sequence. We started with the dog back in 2006. So we did all 12 books consecutively in 12 years. So it took us 12 years to write 12 stories, but also 12 years to illustrate and to print them. So the writing part definitely is, part of the equation. The other part is working with a talented artist like Justin Roth, who definitely needs time to create this entire world for us to explore. So, so the short answer, 12 years for 12 books. But now we've gone back around the circle and we're adding the Chinese bilingual translation to them, which makes it special and useful for another audience.
Yeah, I noticed that because the editions we have, they're just English, but then now with the bilingual element, then you can reach a bigger and wider audience.
We did it for you, Miss Rita.
Great. And you can check those books out at the Chinatown Branch Library or any Los Angeles Public Library. I think we own a lot of your books.
Thank you. All right. So we got a couple more questions. Let's see. Let's see. ENS. Their question was, did you ever feel like giving up on writing the book? Well, definitely. Writing's like everything else. Sometimes you never finish a project. There are books that I've started, which I thought were good. Maybe later I don't think they're so good, or they never become a book. So that definitely happens. As it turns out, in the beginning, there were some potential adventures I created for some of the characters, which didn't end up being the final ones. And that's just part of the process of trying to come up with some ideas and comparing them and see which one is better than another, or maybe which one is more interesting for an artist to draw, or would make a more interesting picture book. So I don't remember specifically for Rosie if I had her do something else, which maybe I decided wasn't so interesting, but it definitely happens. So if it happens to you, whether you have a bad practice in this for your sporting team one day, or a bad practice doing a musical instrument or something else that you do for a hobby, don't feel bad. It's what they call trial and error, and it happens for writing too. But hopefully the book we actually ended up making, the one that we shared today, was something that you could enjoy. All right, another question, one from Bill. Among all 12 animals, which one do I like the most? Well, let's see. Well, I can tell you which animal I am, and I'm the rooster. So I am, a little partial to roosters, but when it comes to all the stories, I don't try to pick a favorite. That's like asking, your mother or father who's their favorite child. That gets pretty sensitive. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I try to be a fair father and say, I like all my children equally. I like all animals equally. It just turns out this is going to be the year of the rabbit. So I give special attention to Rosie, and then I'll lavish my spotlight on somebody else for the following year. And let's see, what's another question out there? What next project are you most excited about? Okay, well, let's see. I have to go back here. Get one of my books. All right, thanks for waiting. So, well, there are two books which I'd like to mention. Thank you for asking. And we did a program with Cam a couple years back about my new paperback, Awesome Asian Americans. It's about 20 Americans who are Asian, and 10 of them are women and 10 of them are men. And it's about the great accomplishments they did, not just for themselves, but also for our country and the world. So for us, we had definitely a very rewarding experience sharing this book about people who we know and a lot of people who we might not know, and how being Asian is something we should definitely be proud about. And we did a sequel, which just came out last month. We'll do a program with Cam in the future. Volume 2 has another 20 people. So they come from a variety of jobs, their families came from different countries in Asia. And so we look forward to sharing these stories with CAM's members and families. And then we're working on a new book in our Discovery series. As I mentioned, they go to different parts of Asia to learn how inventions that were created there changed the world. So they've learned about ramen, gunpowder and fireworks, Japanese animation and comics. And this September, we'll come out with a new book about them going to India and discovering the origins of chess. So we're pretty excited about sharing that book. Okay, any other questions? Okay, well, why don't we get to the drawing activity, since we have just a couple more minutes left. So for you guys at home, if you have a piece of scratch paper handy along with a pencil, you guys can draw with me a rabbit. So what I'm going to do is draw it on my stylus with my tablet in Photoshop, and I'll give you some play-by-play commentary about what I'm doing, and you can do it at home with your paper and your pencil. Okay, hopefully you're a better drawer than me. It takes practice like everything else. All right, so I'm going to screen share Photoshop here, and I have a blank piece of paper, and I'm going to use up the whole piece of paper. And when you're drawing for fun like now, don't feel shy. You can use up the whole piece of paper too. You just have to know how much space you're going to take up. All right, so we're going to draw someone who looks like Rosie, a rabbit who's like a person with a personality like you and me, and they have big ears. So we're going to start off kind of on the bottom third, and we're going to do two eyeballs. So just make two circles. That's a little crushed, like car wheels, kind of close together. All right, not so bad. All right, so we're going to put a circle within a circle. It's going to be like a hubcap for a car wheel. And you can, stylize that a little bit more. You can fill it in if you want. Because I'm using Photoshop, I could fill it in with a paint bucket, but I'll just go like that. All right, my rabbit looks like a little moody, but that's okay. You want kind of more circles, but we'll keep going. All right, so we're gonna do a nose, which is gonna be an upside down triangle with a little bit of a raised part. So we're gonna do a nose between the two eyes, and it's just gonna be a little kind of little arc to that. And then you might put a little dot here, and you want to make your triangle, or maybe it's like a slice of pizza, however, I don't want to make you too hungry. All right, so that's the nose, upside down triangle. All right, so now we're going to do the cheeks, which is kind of like a wave. It's going to be one arc hitting that nose, and then a mirror image of another arc on the other side of the eyeball. So you want to do a little bit of a wave here, and then the mirror image on the other side. Yeah. And if you want your rabbit to smile a little, you might, give him a little smiling into the mouth. All right, so stereotypically rabbits, they have an overbite issue. So we're going to give this rabbit buck teeth, and I don't mean to be pejorative for anybody who has dental issues, but that's what they are. So you're going to give a little square. So you're going to come down a little, and you're going to make a bottom, which is going to be a straight line, and then you're going to come back up. And it's square, and then you're going to give a little hint that these are actually two teeth together, like that. And then rabbits have whiskers, so you're going to give them 3 dots in each cheek. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, like a triangle. 1, 2, 3. You might think they're freckles, but they're really whisker holes. And we'll deal with the whiskers later. All right, so now you might decide, oh, this rabbit, you like their smile as it is, which is fine, or you might want to give them an open mouth. And if you give them an open mouth, you just want to create the bottom of the mouth beneath those teeth, and you could just give a little arc coming back around to where they're smiling. If you want to give a little hint of a tongue, you could give a little curve like that. All right, now we know this rabbit's not happy. And you might darken that up because there's a little shadow there in the mouth, whatever. All right, we're going to give a little bit of fur for the bottom of the jaw there. We're not going to get too wrapped up in that. You might decide, okay, fine. All right, so now we're going to give the rabbit some eyebrows, which are another little arc above the eye. Yeah. So just like you have eyebrows, but because we're cartooning, we want to make them a little bit higher than normal. All right, now we're going to say, Oliver, what's all this empty space up here? Well, this rabbit is like Rosie. This rabbit has really long ears. So you might decide, okay, this is the kind of top of the head area. And this is kind of the side of where the ears might go. And you might say, okay, well, I'm really targeting up here for the tip. You might have a tip over here. And that gives you something to shoot for. It allows you to kind of fill out this entire page. So what you want to do is go from these dots to these dots and connect them, but not with straight lines, because then it would look like this rabbit has horns, and we don't want to make a demonic rabbit. We want to make a rabbit with kind of fluffy ears. So we're going to just give it a little bit of a soft, rounded curve action down to those dots. All right. And, if you're not too confident in making a solid line in the beginning, you just hedge your bets. You make a bunch of dots, and you just bring it down and say, oh, okay, those dots are pretty good. And it gives you a little bit more confidence to fill in that line. And it's like, oh, I was confident from the beginning, because no one's ever going to see those little dots I made. All right. So you did one ear. You can do the other ear again. You have the end point. You're going to make some bunch of dots coming down. Again, not a straight line, kind of soft and curved, because we're talking about a soft, fluffy bunny wabbit, a wascally wabbit, bunny wabbit. And you're going to now give this rabbit an inner ear. So just like you have the inside of your ear versus the outside of your ear, you're going to give it an inner ear, and that's roughly parallel to the outer part of the ear. So you might decide, okay, well, this is where the inner ear ends up. You're going to give it a certain width or thickness, and you might say, okay, well, we have this dot here for the inner part of the top part of the ear, and you're basically creating a parallel curve to your outer ear. All right, so once you draw your character a couple times, you don't even need to draw these dots. You just make your shape right off the bat. But in this case, I'm holding your hand. We're walking through it together because we're friends. All right, so now we got the ears down. Wow, pretty big ears for this bunny. This bunny looks kind of funny. So you might decide, okay, you give it some more of an outside shape if you want. We're just going to polish this off. We have another couple of minutes. We're going to give the thumbs up sign. So this rabbit has 3 fingers, two fingers and a thumb. All right, so if you look at your own thumb, you could give your own thumbs up sign. You can look at your thumb. You're your best model, and you say, oh, there's my thumb. And we're going to give 2 fingers like this. All right, so thumb with 2 fingers. We're going to have this elbow come down with that outline of the arm. And then we're going to do this arm, which will be more like the back part of the hand hitting your waist. So I can't really explain it so well, so I'm just going to show you. You do this S curve, and then you come out with sort of like a treble clef, and then you come back around. So you get this elbow, you get your wrist action hitting the waist, and then you get the hint of the finger, and you might give another finger there. All right, so it's just a stylistic thing. I like drawing rabbits who have some body language and attitude. All right, so now we're going to do the front part of the chest, and you can do a little dottedness if you want. And we're going to do the bottom of their body, which is the 2 legs. So you might have this dividing line between the 2 legs, and you're going to do a mirror image on both sides, just like you did with the ears. But in this case, you're going to draw big feet coming down, this sort of the reverse L action, and you're going to draw a big bunny toe and come back around And you might draw a couple more toes because the bunny has 3 toes, like the bunny has 3 fingers. And then you have this foot coming back up. So you want to do the same thing on the other side. Big, long foot, size 13 at least. And then 3 toes. And top of foot. And then on this side, we're going to do the little fluffy bunny tail. And you just do a couple hash marks for the bunny tail. And if you want, you could close up this head if you want, but that's fine. We'll just leave it as is. And you could put in a whisker too. And you could have the bunny saying something like, whatever. You make your bunny talk. Do whatever you want with your bunny in terms of dialogue. All right, there's my bunny. Now you've seen my bunny. His head is a little misshapen, but you know, I could have fixed that. So I'm going to stop my screen share. If you guys are proud of your bunny, why don't you show your paper in front of your camera and we can all give you a clap. Let's see those bunnies. Oh, nice one. Wow, Miss Rita, you kicked my posterior. I don't believe this. Wow, thank you, Katie. Nice one, Darius. Oh, Kira, nice bunny. Didn't even follow any of my instructions. But that's okay. I don't take it personally. Wow, you guys are talented. I should hire
trying to make
you
it
for
look
my
like
next
Rosie.
book. You clearly don't need my teaching anymore. You could probably teach your own class. All right. Well, thank you for creating your own buddy in honor of the Year of the Rabbit.
Thanks so much, Oliver. I learned a lot. Yeah, it was so fun to draw the bunny. It was like a realistic looking bunny too. I love that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much. That was a lot of fun. Miss Rita, thanks for being here. Oliver, thanks for sharing your book with us and doing that really fun drawing demonstration. For everyone else, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the program. Make sure you follow us on social media to keep up with our upcoming programs and future Lunar New Year events. All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
恭喜发财，拜拜。
Happy New Year.
再见，拜。
Bye-bye.
Bye.